everybody's got a different testimony, right? That is, how did you meet Jesus? How did you get to Jesus? How did you start following Jesus? All the testimonies are equally great. Some of you, you're just going to meet Jesus. Others of you, he's going to call you. Some of you, family's going to drag you. Others of you, coworkers are going to invite you. Most of us are going to come to Jesus very naturally. I don't know. My grandma took me to church and then I loved Jesus. I don't know. Some of you are going to come to Jesus in supernatural, remarkable, inexplicable ways. That's the story of Nathanael. You're like, an angel showed up. I had a dream. I had a vision. I got healed. Let me just say this. Sometimes in Christianity, we make people feel bad about their testimony. How many of you have a boring testimony? Really boring testimony, right? And you were the kid, you're like, yeah, I love Jesus, and one time I didn't go to bed on time, but other than that, I've been a pretty good kid. And then they brought me to youth group, and they brought a kid up, and this kid was like, I ate my dad after I stabbed him in the eye. And then they sent me to prison, and I shanked a guy when I was 11. Now I met Jesus, and I had a crusade in a stadium, and Billy Graham called and said I did a very good job. And then the homeschool kids are like, that's a really good testimony. I should stab my dad in the eye. Shank some people. Right? No, it's okay. None of this should have been said. But how many of you have heard, they bring up on the stage the testimony, and hear the testimony, you're like, I don't even have a testimony. That bin Laden kid, he killed it with his testimony. Okay, so how many of you parents want your kids to have a boring testimony? Amen? Oh, all the hands went up really quick. All of a sudden, it was a room full of Pentecostals like, whoop, both hands up. A boring testimony is fantastic. I want my kids to have a boring testimony. Yeah, we love Jesus and we still love him and we're going to love him forever. There's nothing wrong with a boring testimony, right? You ever been to rehab? No. Yay! That's what your parents are thinking. Don't feel bad about your testimony. Amen? This is fun. This is my job. This is amazing.